Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to Wrestling Days Live. We are live for this week's Smackdown, and obviously the wrestling world around us is burning to the ground. It's one of the darkest days. I mean, honestly, the past 24 hours or so, 48 hours, have been horrific in the world of wrestling. And obviously this really started to kind of gain some traction during last night's stream, whilst we were streaming last night. So we certainly saw a few things coming through on the stream. But after the stream ended, and obviously today, even more news coming through. And we're starting to see results of that news now. We're seeing, companies making announcements. We're seeing people coming out and actually denying the allegations. Matt Riddle has come out and denied the allegations that are made against him. Matt Riddle actually, I think, has been probably the loudest that's come out and denied the allegations against him. There's been other wrestlers as well that have come out and had their say, that have got accusations against them as well. Honestly, I don't know right now. I genuinely don't know if Matt Riddle is going to debut tonight because of these allegations. I'm getting mixed reports. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. If we don't see Matt Riddle tonight, it's really not a problem. It's just not even a thing. So with everything that's going on in wrestling right now, and you've only got to look at Twitter, I understand there's going to be a lot of people watching this who maybe don't, live on Twitter like I tend to do. That maybe are a little bit out of the loop. You just need to know there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of allegations being made. And we're now starting to see some results from those allegations. And it's a very, very difficult time. This is a very difficult time. This is not the easiest stream that I've ever had to do, because it keeps coming back to the fact that these are allegations. This is so difficult because it's one person's word against someone else. I don't know what proof there is. I don't even know if there can be proof. Some of these incidents are things that happened a long time ago. How do you prove that? Can you prove that? It's a mess. It's a mess. I mean, I'm definitely of the opinion that things have been going on. I think that there's too much smoke. I can't believe that all of these accusations are fake or made up. I don't believe that. In my heart, I feel like a lot of what we're seeing is probably sadly accurate. I do also think that there is room for fake and false allegations, which is why you've got to be very, very careful about jumping to conclusions. I just don't know where the truth is. And that's the hardest part in this. You just don't know where the truth is. Like, there's just name after name after name that's just coming out at the moment. And again, you just don't know where the truth is. And I think that confusion, I think some of the names that have come out as well have really been like punches in the gut. I think that all of this adding up just makes it a very, very difficult time. And then, of course, just knowing that some of, if not the majority, if not all of those stories could be true. And just knowing that there's people that have gone through those experiences and then, trying to sympathize with their pain as well. It's a whole cocktail of emotions. It's a mess. That's what it is. It's a mess. And I can't really word it any better than that. The only thing I would say is that I am going to try and make this a positive stream, but there's no way that we can't talk about this, because I'm expecting people to jump in with questions and breaking news. And have you heard about this person? Have you heard about that person? I really think we need to park it. If I'm being honest, I really think we need to avoid doing that, because again, it's accusations. Even if someone comes forward and says, "Have you heard about such and such?" What reaction do you know what I mean? What can we do? My initial reaction is going to be, well, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the truth is on this. So I would take a step back from, just because of the amount of activity. There's so many names, and as I said, I really don't think that all these accusations are true, but I don't want that to take away from the accusations that are. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. But Matt Riddle has come out and spoken against his accusations, as well as Matt Riddle. Jim Cornette has come out and actually posted a tweet. Jim Cornette's tweet said, if you're going to make accusations like this, it's probably best to not use a profile picture that's only been up for a week or so. So he's saying that these screenshots proving his guilt are fake because they use, as a starting point, they use a profile picture that's only been up for a week and a half. So, do you know what I mean? Like, even things that look like evidence, even screenshots that look like evidence, they're not. Do you know what I mean? You can't quite take them on face value. I don't know if what Jim Cornette is saying is true or not. I don't even know if the accusations are true or not, but this is what I'm saying. You've got to be so careful. You've got to be so careful. So, this is what... Look, we could do an hour on this. We could do an easy hour on this, but we're not going to. We are going to move on and focus on other things. So, Liam says, Days, how are you doing? The only thing I think that's a little fishy is why have these women come out at the same time? I don't think that's a big thing, to be honest. I think that it takes a lot of bravery for people that are victims of, sexual harassment and things along those lines. I think it takes a lot of bravery for those people to come forward. And I think that, it's if one person's going to do it, that just might give you the courage to then step forward as well. So I don't really read a great deal into that, if I'm being honest. I just think that, this seemed to start with the David Starr accusations, and then it seems like that gave the confidence to other people to come forward and share their experiences, and then that's where we got the speaking out movement. And it's widespread. That's what we've learned. This isn't a UK problem. This isn't NXT UK like I did a quick video on yesterday when I thought it was just a handful of people on the UK scene. This has exploded, and I've got to be honest. I'm sitting here not knowing when it's going to end. So, I wouldn't read too much into that. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't read too much into that. And what I really don't want to do, what I really don't want to do is I do not want to get any mixed messages here, right? I am not saying that I am disbelieving all of these allegations or anything like that. I'm saying that it's heartbreaking to think that even one of them is true, that even one of these accusations could be a truthful story, and that person went through that experience, because some of these accusations result in prison. This is not innocent stuff. These are not mistakes, right? Obviously, you've got various degrees of accusations and things like this. And I know, again, I'm having to be very careful. I'm having to pick my words very wisely here. I'm not naming names or anything along these lines. But it's a dark day. Let's just say it, put it that way. It's a dark day, and there's no way I can start this stream without talking about anything else. I don't think you would have expected me to be honest. And I don't think that it would have been right to have just ignored what's going on in the world. But I suppose what I'm asking is, for those of you that are going to be sticking around and joining us, let's really think about putting the brakes on. Have you heard this about this person? What do you think about this person? Where do you think what's going to happen with this person now? I would just say let's put the brakes on that, because nothing constructive is coming out of those conversations. Do you know what I mean? My feeling remains the same. It's one person's word against another. I don't know how any of this gets proven. I'm not saying that I don't believe the accusations, but equally, I do think some of them could be fake. And we're starting to see a few signs of that with Matt Riddle's denial and Jim Cornette's denial. And it's a mess. It's a mess. The whole thing is a mess. And it's definitely broken. Wrestling, behind the scenes, is definitely broken. So I think we can say that with confidence. So whatever happens, I hope that it really makes everyone wake up. And I really hope it brings in some change. And I really hope that, we can get a better way forward, So it is what it is. But there we go. I've said what I maybe didn't need to say, but I think what I should say to start this stream off. Hope everyone is well. Anyway, do you like Impact? I'm not a fan of Impact, and I'll quite happily say why. I'm not a fan of Impact because there was accusations made against one of their wrestlers. Again, let's not name names. There was an accusation made against one of their wrestlers, and I didn't believe those accusations were even investigated. They could have been, but there was nothing public. There was no announcements. There was nothing, and I couldn't understand it. These were very serious, very public accusations, and seemingly nothing was done. So I have very, very little respect for Impact following that. And I'm not saying that every other wrestling company is perfect by any means, by any means, but I'm just saying that I felt like it was quite a serious thing. And actually, fast forward, just a couple of months later, and look at the whole Black Lives, Matter movement and everything. So I firmly stand by my decision to boycott Impact Wrestling following their seemingly lack of investigation. And if they want to come out and say that they investigated and they found no evidence and it was all denied and all of this, and they want to come forward with something like that, then I will be the first to listen and reconsider my position on that. But I think from the accusations being made to the moment that we actually saw them doing, it's very hard to talk about if I'm not going to name the person, but they did something just days later, seemingly sticking the middle finger up to these accusations. So there we go. It is what it is. I'm just happy that we're getting a Funhouse episode tonight. Yes, I'm happy about that as well. Dace, did you hear about WWE buying Ring of Honor? I did not hear that news. No, I did not hear that news. I have heard the news about them buying Evolve, which I think could be a positive thing. I mean, I can't imagine they're buying them to shut them down and run them out of business, because they're no threat to WWE. They have a working relationship with WWE. I really think that they should take Evolve and make them their new developmental. So I would be leaning that way. Did you hear the rumors of... Oh, I spoke about that one. Shout out to Sammy. Hope you are well. 2011 to 2014, Impact was the best, says Willow. Shout out to you. John, hello, my friend. Hope you are well. Days, last night I was about to go to bed and I saw why Matt Riddle was trending and my heart dropped again. No different. Someone's made an allegation. The only difference is Matt Riddle has come out very quick and made a denial very quick. Which I've got to be honest, if I was in Matt Riddle's situation, I would be doing the exact same thing. I've got no idea why, if you're innocent, you would let this fester. I understand you might go to a lawyer and the lawyer says, stay quiet, stay off social media. I should imagine that is one of the first things they recommend. But do you know what I mean? If this kind of an accusation is being made against, like, if I was in his situation, I'm coming out and denying it, like, do you know what I mean? A second later. I was really encouraged to see that was what Matt Riddle did. So I don't know where the truth lies on that, just like I don't know where the truth lies on all of the other ones. But I appreciate Matt Riddle's response. Let's put it that way. I appreciate Matt Riddle's response. We need the hacker, says Anthony. Yeah. Lots of rumors that the hacker storyline might be dropped. This because of Ali changing brands. I don't know if they're going to drop the hacker storyline. I would think they would be very, very stupid to do that. I can't see why they would want to do that. Even if it was meant to be Ali that was going to be the reveal, why not just go a different direction? Like, the engagement with this storyline was clear. People were into it. It was working. I don't think they're dropping it. I've got no idea why they would drop it. Storylines tend to get dropped because they run out of steam, or because they become a bit, I don't know, disrespectful, or they don't fit the current landscape. I think this hacker thing is absolutely fine. I can see no issues with it. I think that it's still got plenty of momentum. But yeah, they've got to do something with it because he's been gone for far too long. Shout out to Jerry Smith. Hope you are well. Donald says, Days, how are you? I'm okay. Can I get a shout out? You are the best wrestling watcher. Thank you. That is my official title. Wrestling Days, the best wrestling watcher. I hope you get to 200,000 subs. Thank you, my friend. The hacker storyline is stupid, so I don't care, says Swamp Manor. It's fair enough. Why was Bray versus John match so confusing? Have you ever watched WrestleMania 35? Yeah. Do you mean 36? It was 36 this year, wasn't it? The confusion. My personal take on the fire. If that's your question, what happened in the Firefly Funhouse match? I think that's what happens when you let him in. That's my take on it. Now, I would love it to be a case that actually in the build, maybe the go home show, that is when John Cena let the Fiend in, right? That's when he let him in. And what we actually saw at WrestleMania was John and Bray working together to show us why. Okay? So that's why it was so weird, because basically it was a video that they had created to show why John had now let him in. And I really hope that when Cena makes his next appearance, he's a heel. I really hope he's a heel, because I think that makes perfect sense. You know, that he let the Fiend in. As a result, there was no need for a match. But instead, Bray said to John, let's show how we got here. Let's help people understand. And so now you can watch and see, why did John Cena do it? It's because he was scared. He was scared of turning heel throughout his career. He was scared of failing. He was scared of letting people down. Well, he's got to the point now where he's not scared anymore. You know, his career's over. You know, he's moved on. He does Hollywood stuff now. So he doesn't have to carry the weight of the company anymore. That weight is not on his shoulders. So the fear has gone as well. And for me, that was the story, which is why I still rate the Funhouse very highly, because that's my interpretation of it. But if it turns out to be something silly, like he transported him to, you know, the Funhouse and it's all supernatural gobbledygook, then I'll reconsider my stance on that. Monica King, shout out to you, says, everything these women have come out and said should be respected and not pushed into the dirt. I'm not saying that everyone's telling the truth, but you have to take them into consideration. I agree. I do think that Twitter's done a decent job of that, actually. I've not seen a great deal of backlash against the allegations. The only thing that I've seen people saying is, you know, these are allegations. You know, how do we move forward? How do we prove them? And the sad truth is that for those real allegations, I don't know how you do that. If someone has been treated the way that they are alleging, then, you know, justice does need to be served, because there has been wrong done. But again, I do think some of these stories have potential, and seemingly it's being shown that there's a few that are being made up to cause trouble as well. I think you've got a mixed bag. It's kind of like with the Black Lives Matter protests, how you had, this very noble protest, this very honourable cause. But of course, what was getting the headlines, it was all the looting and all that. And that tended to come from pockets of people that had no interest in Black Lives Matter. They just saw there was a protest. They saw there was a way that they could cause some extra trouble. And a lot of that rioting, a lot of that damage was done by people that had no interest in BLM. No interest. So, I kind of feel like, there's a very important message here, but there's still scope for people to jump on with fake accusations, which is why, yes, I completely agree. I think how you worded it is brilliant, Monica. You said that it should all be respected. Not pushed to the dirt, and it should all be taken into consideration. I completely agree. And I feel the same for when the people being accused come out and have their say as well. So this is a really difficult stream because I know people tune in for, do you know what I mean, a bit of fun. I mean, well, not that we ever have any, but we certainly do try. And
DJ Tezzy is
do you know what I mean? It's a Friday night in it.
$10 via super
who wants
chat.
to be talking about
this?
this?
Hey Dazeth brother, I never met in person. Hey everyone. Hope everyone is doing great. Love you all. Please be kind to each other. BTW days. It's Friday.
Yeah, I hear you. DJ B Tazzy says, hey Days, the brother I never met in person. Although we have spoke over, is it Zoom or Skype? I can't remember. Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing great. Love you all. Please be kind to each other. I mean, if there was a way of underlining that, I would. By the way, Days, it's Friday, coming on down, it's Friday, party and yeah, party and party. That's what we need. That's what the world needs right now. She got so much shade thrown at her, Rebecca Black. Do you remember that, Rebecca Black? Everyone was throwing shade at her, yeah? Like dragging her name through the dirt. That's what we need right now. SmackDown should start with Rebecca Black. Just imagine that. She just comes walking into the ring and you might not even recognize her now. And you're like, who's that? I don't even know who that is. And she stood there with a microphone. And she looks around, it's all silent. And we're like, is she going to do a promo? I don't know what's she going to do. Who is this woman? She's standing there, milking it. Yeah, there's no crowd or anything, right? There's all silence. We're all confused. It's Friday, coming on down. It's Friday, party and yeah, party and yeah. That's what we need. That's what we need. You tell me that that would definitely put a smile on people. Well, it'd put a smile on my face. It would put a smile on my face. I can tell you that for free. Oh, Hayden, don't let me down. Hayden Garrett says, next week is my 20th birthday. Happy 20th birthday to you, my friend. Hayden, has anyone ever sung Hayden in the style of Hey Jude? And if they haven't, can you please fire all of your friends? Thank you. Because it would be the first thing I would do. I need you to know that. If you introduced yourself to me and went, I'm Hayden, as I just did, I'd be like, Hayden, don't let me down. Take a sad song and make it better. Yeah? Do you think we will see Brock Lesnar anytime? Apparently at SummerSlam is what I heard. This could teach girls to speak out. I'm not sure teach is quite the right word. Encourage, maybe. Give confidence. But I totally get your point. Yes, I totally get your point. Human Detox says, if Rebecca Black and Bieber had collaborated, the world may have ended. Well, you say that, but I'm calling for her return because what the world needs now isn't love. It's Rebecca Black. Days, has anyone ever told you that you've got a great voice? No, Cameron. Literally no one. No one has ever told me that, and rightfully so. Right, we do have a few things to talk about now that we can sort of move on. We might be getting Matt Riddle tonight. I genuinely don't know. I think we're getting Mandy Rose on Miz TV. She's going to be addressing Sonya Deville and talking about her broken relationship with Sonya Deville. As well as that, we are getting AJ Styles with an Intercontinental Championship celebration. And I can't remember what else. I don't know if there's any matches that have been announced. Seriously, I can't think. I can't think of any announced matches. We were meant to be getting Funhouse, Riddle. Those were the big two. And then the other things I saw were just segments. I don't know that I've seen any matches. If anyone has seen any matches advertised, let me know. Wrestling Days fan, shout out to you. Days love the streams. Timothy, they love you back. Hey Days, what are you most excited for? Funhouse. Funhouse, definitely. We need the Funhouse now. We need the Funhouse more than ever. Do you think Orange Cassidy can be an AEW champion? Yes. I think he could, yes. £10. Where is everyone's laughing at £10 podcast, so what have they said? Here we go. Keep singing, Days. I'm waving my hands in the air. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Can I just say a very touching video from £10. If you've not seen it, jump over to the £10 podcast channel and check out the latest video over there. Tonight, we're getting Small Steve versus Small Joe. Interesting. Wrestling Days fan, shout out to you. What do you think about WWE women fan accounts? That's a random question. I think that if they are supportive and supportive of other female talent, I have no issue. I can understand people wanting to express their appreciation for their favorite wrestler. My only problem is when you're like an Alexa Bliss fan account and then you might start throwing shade at like a Sasha Banks fan account and it's all like, oh, Sasha's wretched. Yeah, and then like the Sasha account will be like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Sasha is like so beautiful, like way more beautiful than your broccoli stick, right? I couldn't think of the words. So, which is why I don't run female fan accounts. So maybe I should. Maybe I would run the best. I should run an Ask a Stan account. That's what I should run. If I was to run an Ask a Stan account, I tell you what. I'll tell you this as well. I'm throwing shade everywhere. You know what I just said about being respectful? You ain't getting that from my account. Oh, I'm going all over those other kids' accounts. I'm like, yeah, Ask Us the best. Alexa Bliss smells like cheese. Yeah, I'd be ripping into them. But I don't, and that's the important thing to remember. I don't have an Ask a Stan account, and I've never said those things. So as long as the people that do have those accounts are respectful, yeah, do the opposite of what I would do, then I'm all for it. Days, are you doing UFC tomorrow? Yes, baby girl. See Mickey. What can you tell us about the Evenry escape pod? It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to record, and trying to make it fun is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. So that's what I can tell you. All I can tell you is I tried. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. I tried. Sing the Wheel of Fun. So I can't, John, because I think the wheel automatically starts spinning. But you love cheese? Yes, because secretly I love Alexa Bliss as well. I made it seem like an insult, but I do really like cheese. So, did you hear that Dolph Ziggler was traded to Raw? I did. Yes. Apparently, an AJ Styles is equal to a Dolph Ziggler. Who knew? Who knew? I don't understand how that trade works. How does that SmackDown goes to Raw and goes, we want AJ, and Raw went, ooh. Ooh, AJ Styles. We're going to need something good for that. And SmackDown went, well, you can have Dolph. And they went, all right then. Okay, that seems fair. I don't quite get that trade. I mean, I would want Dolph and maybe like a year's supply of steak. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Keep Otis happy. Would you like Sasha Banks versus Bayley? I would. Sammy, I would. Days, for me, the only bearable wrestling promotion is New Japan. Well, you should give NWA a try. I know they're on hiatus, but I do love those guys. Days, you should make an album with Mama Days as a feature called Hey Den. I would buy every copy. Yes. Linda McMahon or Rebecca Black? Well, Rebecca Black in the day, Linda McMahon at night. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? If it's going to be Netflix and chill, it's going to be Linda McMahon. But if it's going to be going out to the park because it's Friday, party on down, it's Friday, then I might take Rebecca Black. I'd probably take Linda McMahon with both, actually. Day and night, baby. Day and night. Day and night. Whose song was that? Is that Kid Cudi? Don't matter. Why is Days not mentioning they stopped production? On what? On NWA. I did say that they're on hiatus. Apparently, there's a severe thunderstorm on the way. Well, isn't that just what the world needs right now? Days, Dolph Ziggler has held big gold? Yes, but that was like 1,000,000 years ago. Yeah? That was like 1,000,000 years ago. I think you have to kind of look at the current landscape right now. Yeah, I think you have to look at the current landscape and just be like, where are we right now? Is Dolph a fair trade for AJ Styles? I gotta tell you, I'm not being disrespectful. I ain't doing that trade. Yeah, if I've got an AJ Styles shiny card, yeah, you know, like on the playground, you've got an AJ Styles card and maybe it's shiny and you're like, wow, yes, phenomenal forearm, yeah, and all this kind of stuff, right? Someone comes up to me with Dolph Ziggler, I'm going to punch them in the face. That's what I'm going to do. And they go, can we swap? I'm not even going to give them an answer. Just going to punch them in the face. So, yeah, you know, I'm being as respectful as I can, but what a stupid trade. It's okay, Raw got Virgil. Now, that's the deal breaker right there. You throw Virgil in the... He had sick entrance music, Virgil. I loved his entrance music. If you've never heard it, go back, check it out. Yeah, it's good. Are we doing more Total Divas? I don't know. I don't know what we're doing on Thursday. Jack Gallagher has been released. I have not heard that news. WWE has come to terms with the release of Jack Gallagher. I'm all right with that news. Well, I'm not all right with that news, but what I mean is earlier I did say, look, can we try and make sure we're not jumping in saying, have you heard allegations against such and such? Have you heard allegations against such and such? But if it's actual news like that where someone has been released, then I've no issue with you dropping that in the chat. And it's what we said, you know, we're at the point now where we're starting to see actions, you know. We've seen allegations, we've seen a few denials, but now we're starting to see actions. And I got to tell you, I don't think this is the end of it, if I'm being honest. Can I just shout out Mr. Monkey, by the way? Mr. Monkey, freaking shout out to you because I've missed you. And I hope you are well. And if this is an opportunity for me to sit here and wish Mr. Monkey well in 2020, I want to do that. Because Mr. Monkey was on these streams years ago. And, well, I don't know. It still pops in from time to time. But, yes, Mr. Monkey, I hope you are well, my friend. And I know I'm a very sarcastic person, but I genuinely mean that. Coaster Maniac says, thank you, everyone that joined the VIP lounge. My next guest is going to be grim. without the E. Super Chat won't let me say his name. Why won't Super Chat let you say his name? Okay. Can I say his name? Let me say his name. Okay. That is amazing. Can you just tell him that he was one of the biggest? I would say 50%. I would say 50% of the Wrestling Days channel was influenced by Grimm. 50% was influenced by Tommy Toy Travels. And I'm very fortunate enough to do a podcast with Tommy Toy Travels. And my love for that guy is, do you know what I mean? It's like an ocean that has yet to be fully explored, my love for Tommy. Just Grimm as well. Without Grimm, there wouldn't be a Wrestling Days. So, yeah, incredible. WWE has tweeted the release of Jack Gallagher, says Jim Gore. Thank you, my friend. That news is breaking through. Yes, I can see people talking about it. Give Mr. Monkey mod. Mr. Monkey is very chilled. Mr. Monkey is someone that likes to pop in, stretch his legs, say hello, pop away again. You know what I mean? It's like he would definitely have been there or thereabouts. Let's put it that way. Because I have got nothing but love and respect for Mr. Monkey. And do you know what? An OG, an absolute OG. So it's nice to see a bit of support for Mr. Monkey in the chat. Some of you won't know, we used to do a little faction thing, right? And it is still going now on the Insiders. It's changed a little bit, and I genuinely don't know who the champion is right now. So if anyone knows who the faction champions are, then let me know. But we used to do a little thing. C Wrestling, Gary North, Mr. Monkey. They used to have a faction called C Monkey North. And it was great, man. They were great times. Mr. Monkey says, apparently WWE didn't wish Gallagher the best of luck in his future endeavors. Be careful. Mr. Monkey with mod powers will go totally bananas. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. As he's here now, I'll give him temporary, just to show my love, temporary one-stream mod chip. How about that? Temporary one-stream mod chip for Mr. Monkey as a real sign of respect. There we go. As a real sign of respect. That's my gesture. Days, apparently WWE want to keep the hacker storyline less consistent, so we won't get bored of the hacker. Okay. I think that they really do need to move on it, though, because I think people are starting to drift away from it, if I'm being honest. Monica, do you McDarris the champion? But why do you post of the video? Because he's funny. Do you McDarris the champion? I don't know what Monica, what do you mean? Monica, what do you mean? I want to answer your question. Do you McDarris the champion, but why do you post the video? Because he's funny? At the monkey? What? What does that mean? I look forward to SmackDown and this stream every week. Shout out to you, D-Gamer. Yes, we're here for a good time. We're going to have fun. So Ziggler is no longer part of the Otis storyline. That's a surprise. I think it had run its course, if I'm being honest. I don't know what else they could do. I think they were moving now to the briefcase, weren't they? So it was done. Ozzy says, Days, hope you're well. Shout out to you, Ozzy. Love the streams. Struggling to watch this one. I agree that it's important these are aired, but hearing this stuff, I come for positivity that you breed. Bring on the UFC. I understand. I understand. I think, though, that people would expect those points to be discussed. And I think rather than us going back to it and discussing it throughout the whole stream and discussing it throughout SmackDown and people raising questions or potentially trying to ignore it or, things along those lines, the streams are always going to be a reflection of what's going on in the wrestling world. And by and large, that's going to be fun and that's going to be positive and that's going to be storylines. But where the wrestling world is on absolute fire right now, and we're just getting so much activity and people being released and statements being made, I just don't know. I don't know how to maneuver through these waters, if I'm being honest. This is not easy for anyone. So, yeah. I feel like we've said everything we need to say on it. Days, why did you give the monkey a wrench? Because I love him. WWE has done Otis versus Ziggler enough at this point. It is time to move on. Days, are you ready for the final chapter? I am ready for the final chapter. Just going back to Ozzy's point as well. Yes, see you tomorrow. If you're not around for the rest of this stream, which I hope you are. But yes, we are back tomorrow for that UFC show, which should be tasty. And we are working our way. We're getting ever closer now, about 20 odd days away from Fight Island. So, can't wait. Have you been to Smith's recently? No. They're getting new stock next week. Amazing. Thank you for the info. Ozzy says you are doing your best. Total respect. Shout out to you, Ozzy. Shout out to you. A very active member of our community, and I always appreciate hearing your thoughts. Future compilations, hello. Days, what's next for Jeff Hardy? Well, I would imagine that his storyline with Sheamus has not run its course, so I am expecting us to move forward with that. I still think that the hacker could get involved and make it clear that Sheamus wasn't behind those attacks. So I think we're still going to see something there, and yeah, I think this is a story that is going to keep growing and is in many ways one of the bigger stories of this summer. I think they have put a lot of things on ice. I think they have had to park a lot of storylines and potentially not even start some. I mean, apparently there was a massive storyline that was planned that was axed. So I think this is one of the bigger storylines that they've done. And yeah, I think it's far from over, if I'm being honest. Boom. Right. Let's try and get back to the chat. Back to the chat. I have just lost the chat temporarily. There it is. I like how you overreact. How dare you? How dare I? Me? Overreact? Yeah, cool. Days, my all-time favourite wrestling show is WCW. It was proper wrestling. Monica King says, we need a hacker. We need the Fiend. We need everything WWE can give us tonight. That's true. Days, will you sing the Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Da song? No, I'm not some kind of performing puppet, yeah, that you can just pop a coin in and off I go, right? So, no, look, we got 14 minutes. Let's stay focused. Let's try and talk about what we're going to see on SmackDown tonight. And if we do see the Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Da guys on SmackDown tonight, then I will be the first to apologise for not embracing the opportunity to sing that song in advance. Biruk says, Days, did you see that Dolph Ziggler's first appearance on WWE? He took a heap of poop dump with Shane and Vince. What? No. I don't like Jack Gallagher's tattoo. Well, don't kick him whilst he's down, XP Super 90. Days, would you like to see Marty Scurll in WWE? If WWE buys Ring of Honor, we need to know what's happening with allegations and everything, and try and let the dust settle on that first, and then we will take it from there. That's my answer to that. Breaking news, Eva Marie is returning. Jokes, but Fox did not like it when Sheamus got peed on. Why didn't my comment go through? That one did, my friend. Are they still doing the hacker thing? It hasn't appeared in weeks. That is, I mean, it's such a weird thing, isn't it? I haven't got a clue what's going on, to be honest. I haven't got a clue what's going on. They've moved Ali. Are they now making this a bigger story? Are they just moving a few things and having a look and trying to find a way of... Maybe they had Summit planned, but they've seen the reaction and now they're making it bigger. But it just needs a few weeks to get the planning in place and to move a few pieces around, like moving Ali. I don't know. I think that the next few weeks are going to be very, very interesting. I heard a rumor, Mandy and Sonya segment. What do you think it'll be like? I think it's going to be a lot of bickering. That would be my prediction. I think there's going to be a lot of bickering. And I think that... I mean, this isn't done. We need a blow-off match. Could they end up having a match at Extreme Rules, do you think? I don't know. I can't quite tell where it's leading. Are they big enough for a match at... Is Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville really a pay-per-view worthy match? I don't know. I don't know that it is. So I don't know where we're going with it, to be honest. So, again, it's going to be interesting to find out. Days, if you had a date with Linda, where would you take her? I would take her to... I don't know, where would you take Linda? Afternoon tea? I don't know, what would she like? Maybe a bit of afternoon tea. Maybe a bit of ballroom dancing. Maybe to the bingo. I don't know, one of those things. What do 70-year-old women like? I don't know, do I? Days, that Dolph poop thing someone said was when he was in the Spirit Squad. Okay. David says Timo Werner is a Chelsea player. That's a big signing for them. Jack Gallagher has been released. He has. Have you seen what AEW tweeted about Jimmy Havoc? I have not seen a statement from AEW. Jimmy Havoc is in rehab for mental health issues. Oh my days! What is going on? Right, so Jack Gallagher's been released. Havoc's gone to rehab. What a mess. Can I get a shout out? Yes, Carter Shop. Is it Shop? Shoppe? Shoppy? Carter Shoppy? Carter Shoppe? I like Carter Shoppe. Whatever your name actually is, it is now Carter Shoppe. Make sure everyone calls you that. AEW have put Jimmy Havoc in rehab. Days, Linda wants to go to your bank account. She'll be very disappointed. Till versus Whitaker has been announced. Yeah, I did see that late last night. Are you from Birmingham? Just outside. I'm from a town called Stourbridge. A town called Malice. AEW posted a statement. 10 minutes to... Yes, we've only got 10 minutes. Only got 10 minutes until SmackDown begins. Chalmers says, Dave's random question. Who would you say constantly had some of the best wrestling attires of all time? Macho Man. Ravishing Rick Rude. Maybe Ultimate Warrior. But definitely Macho Man. I think Macho Man is the one that comes to mind first. Because he changed it up as well. If you go back and he had just the basic orange, trunks, tights, pants, whatever you want to call them, with stars on. That is so iconic. So iconic. And it looks, I'm just watching now, they've got last week's SmackDown. We've got John Morrison in some darkish green with sparkly on that looks rubbish. You've got Dolph Ziggler in some camo tights that look rubbish. You've got the Miz who's in dark green trunks with some spark that looks rubbish. You've got Braun who's in light camo, it looks rubbish. Macho Man with orange pants and stars on the front. Very simple, but very impactful, eye-catching, just iconic. Iconic. I should have the figure somewhere, and I would show you, but I can never find them when I need them. But yeah, just absolutely iconic wrestling attire. In fact, I do have one here. I do have one. I mean, look at this. One of the first figures I find is this Masters of the Universe one. And he's in his orange pants. That's him there in his orange pants with the stars on the front. Macho Man on the back. It's very, very simple. But just, it looks class. And he goes from that, and then he goes to the tights and the jackets. And, oh, man. So good. And the robes. And he had it all. I had Macho Man. I got to say Macho Man. He mixed it up so much. Shout out to Junaid. I've gone with Junaid. That's a nice name. Even if it's not your name, it's a nice name. Junaid, shout out to you. Donald says, Days, do you think Bo Dallas will join his brother, The Fiend? And WWE Twitter said 2 weeks ago that Sister Abigail was coming. Did they? I did not see that communication. So, okay, well, let's find out. Hopefully we're going to get something to get our teeth into tonight. I'm very interested in tonight's Funhouse. We need some, as Monica said, positive. Days, do you agree WWE is not as good as it used to be? I would agree with that. I think everyone would agree with that. I think WWE would agree with that. And I think the first step is to get back the crowds. Do you know what I mean? Like, WWE without the fans is a worse place. Was Ali on 205 Live from the start? I believe so. Dream 1, we've covered it, my friend. It was a 20-odd minute plus conversation at the start, so you'll have to excuse me if I don't want to go back over it again. But if you want to see my thoughts, just go back to the start of the stream. Are you excited for Riddle's debut? If it happens, local clown, if it happens, I don't know where we stand with it. My chat is slow, says William. Well, can I just say how pleased I am that we're not doubling up on chat? Because it was only the other day that we had like all of the messages doubling and tripling, and each message was coming through like 4 times. So there we go. There's a little bit of positive news. The chat is fixed, which I've only just realised. So Chalmers says, time has moved so fast. Well, that's what happens when you're having fun. I mean, not that we've had any, but I don't know, maybe you have. Perhaps you've been doing other things. Days, when Roman returns and feuds with The Fiend, if Vince won't let him beat Roman, do you think it would be the end for him? And if The Fiend wins in a tricky finish, would that be realistic for such a character? What? When Roman feuds with The Fiend, Vince won't let him beat Roman, do you think that would be the end of him? No. If Fiend wins in a tricky finish, would that be realistic for such a character? Yes. I think Roman is really a mountain top. If you can get a win over Roman, then there's not really much more for you to achieve. You are beating the man, the guy, the biggest thing they've got. Arguably the person that shifts the most merch when he's, on TV regular. He's main evented WrestleMania, 4 times? Vince has pushed him and pushed him and pushed him, and he just is the guy. AEW would wet themselves to have him. Any wrestling promotion in the world would wet themselves to have Roman. He's got a great look. He is a good wrestler. He's had some great matches. I think it's only the fact that we all know that Vince... I mean, like Stone Cold back in the day was working because the story was he was competing against Vince. But we're all a bit smarter now. Yeah? We're all a bit more clued up now than we were going back 20-odd years ago. So, I don't know. I don't know that the Stone Cold character would work these days. I genuinely don't know. Because we know now that everything goes through Vince McMahon and that he has final say on everything. And people get pushed because he wants them to get pushed and all things like this. And I think we were just learning about that around the start of the Attitude Era. And I think by the time the internet exploded and all this, you know, Stone Cold's run was done. So, yeah, I don't know that Stone Cold would work in 2020. I think it was very much of its time. And I feel sorry for Roman because I just don't know how they can present him now. I think it's so difficult to present Roman and push Roman without there being fan backlash. Because he probably is the right guy, in all fairness. He probably is. He looks the part. He comes from a wrestling family. He's got wrestling in his blood. Yeah. I don't know where we go with Roman. So, to answer your question, if The Fiend can get any sort of win over Roman, it's fine. You've got to be pleased and you'd have to take it. Days WWE put up a story and one of them said Matt Riddle will be debuting. Cool. Matt Riddle will not get a push. Then he'll go to AEW or Impact. Shout out to you, Undisputed Wrestling fan. Days, thoughts on Dana versus Bayley at Extreme Rules and Dana winning? Because that could lead onto a beach brawl at SummerSlam versus Bayley and Sasha that could be called the greatest women's match ever. Hey, would I like a beach brawl? I definitely don't want them in bikinis or anything like that. We've left those days behind, but I like the idea of SummerSlam having a theme. So, as long as they're just going to be dressed as they normally dress. Or, if they modify their attire, but so do the men, right? So, you know, equality, all that kind of stuff. I would be all right with it. I think that would be okay. But it's got to be its primary focus has got to be on the wrestling and the wrestling matches, because we've never had a better women's division than we have right now. Ever. This women's division is incredible. So, yeah, I think that's an okay idea with a few pitfalls. Let's put it that way. I do not want to go back to the stupid Attitude Era of women's wrestling. What do you think about CM Punk having a feud with Bray? I don't know how that would work because fans love both, and it's going to be more beneficial if they don't face each other in a feud, is my gut feeling. But no need for gut feelings. Now we've got an alarm going off. I mean, there are bigger problems in the world, but that is annoying. Right. Let's go to stopwatch. Let's go to start. Hello to everyone that's joining us. We are about to begin with Smackdown. Smackdown, baby. Here we go. Days, I'm sorry. Heap means alone. I know what heap means. I've used the word heap. I'm no stranger to the word heap. Although, is it H-E-A-P? I think it might be spelled different. I love Roman before it was cool to like him. Well, this is part of the problem. I don't know that it is. I think people still have issues with liking Roman. And I got to admit, you know, my relationship with Roman is up and down. I have always preferred other superstars than Roman, if I'm being honest. But I can also respect that he is a great, incredible, very rare professional wrestler. He's got all the skills. He's decent on the mic. He's great in the ring. He's got a fantastic look. Can totally see why Vince wants to push him. Can totally see why Vince wants to push him. If you could own your own wrestling-themed restaurant, what would it look like? That's a great question. Well, it'd have, I don't know, it would have what you would expect. TVs showing matches, tons of merch on the walls. I'd try and get a meet and greet at a certain time each day. we'd do little talks, and yeah, I'd just try and go the whole hog. WWE had a restaurant, didn't they, in New York called WWE World or WWE New York, which looked awesome. I never got a chance to go. Did anyone go? Is anyone watching that went to WWE World or WWE New York? I'd love to know what it was like. Was it good? Did you go? I mean, like, did they have, like, the body slam burger and things like this? I'd love to know what it was like. I'd be very, very interested to find that out. What if SummerSlam is on a beach? That'd be epic. That would be... They should definitely do that. If there's no fans at SummerSlam, do it outside on a beach. Don't do it in Performance Center. I can understand that it would be a nightmare, but it'd be worth it as well. Do you miss Sin Cara? Not really. Robin813 says, my parents went. Amazing. Funhouse time. It is Funhouse time. Bryce, shout out to you. Ron says, yes. What, Ron? You went. Juan went as well. Yeah, I once went there. It was awesome. Why though? Why though? People that are telling me that you went, why was it awesome? Why was it awesome? What made it so good? He's back. Here we go. We got a little promotion for the Funhouse. Brand new episode. Linda closed the restaurant and the former space was then turned into the Hard Rock Cafe. Right. Tonight we've got Miz TV with Mandy Rose. Swamp Manor, because seemingly there's been a lot of misconduct. Are you going to do live stream UFC 251? You can guarantee it, Manny. You can absolutely guarantee it. AJ Styles. That match was last week, wasn't it? What a treat we had last week. AJ and Daniel. I ate at WWE New York at least once, and the food was really good, albeit a little bit pricey if memory serves. Lots of TVs showing WWE stuff amongst other things. Starsky, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. I never got a chance to go. I did see some pictures of what it was like inside and a few bits of video that WWE would show. AJ making his way down. We got superstars around the ring. Heavy Machinery, New Day, Sheamus. I don't know why they're around the ring. It looks a little strange. Casey Catanzaro is not a fan. Get ready for Matt Riddle. Oh, do you think? Do you think? Already straight into the IC picture. AJ says, I'm an accolade machine. I thought that was Rusev. Thought Rusev was the accolade machine. Cesaro just leaning on the ring, not paying a great deal of attention. Matt Riddle is debuting, WWE confirmed on Instagram. Okay. Boos from the Usos. Renee Young looks lovely today. AJ says this means vindication. Days, my TV has died. We've got Renee in the ring with AJ Styles and the Intercontinental Championship. AJ says, I could sit here and chit-chat. What? Okay. He says, this is why everyone came. Here we go. You're not the right person for the job. It's a bit mean. Does he want Daniel to give it him? Daniel. Not you. He looked at Mojo. He said, not you. Daniel. He wants Daniel Bryan. Come give the champ his title. This is cool. No one is more qualified than you. I am so here for this AJ Daniel Bryan feud. That match last week was straight fire. And he is getting up. Just takes a little guts. All you got to do is put it around my waist and say congratulations. AJ says that's a respectful thing to do. I mean, I think that is respectful. I don't have a problem with that. AJ says, I trust you not to do anything stupid. Okay, he's got the belt. Days, apparently there are phases for bringing WWE back. Full audience, holding in full arenas. Currently they're in phase 2. Okay, that's interesting. Just be a man about it. You are a man. Daniel looks great as well. AJ says you don't have to do it. Daniel Bryan is struggling with this because he knows that it's a disrespectful thing. AJ's trying to disrespect him. Don't forget to say congratulations. And he does look. He does put it around the waist of AJ. So, I mean, I think this is a respectful thing. And he says, congratulations. Tell me congratulations like a man. He's going over, getting the mic. You want me to say a few words? No, that's not what I said. Belt slipping down a little bit. I really like that Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, I gave it a 7.5 when we first saw it. I kind of still feel about the same. It's very loose. It doesn't quite fit. Daniel Bryan says you've got the opportunity to be the greatest. If you show up every week and you push yourself, and if you defend against all these amazing superstars, shout out to you, Bryce. Asuka Charlotte on Raw for the title, yes. Luchasaurus Wardlow in a lumberjack match has been announced. Thank you, James. Yeah, that would be epic. That would look at Big E. Daniel Bryan's like, imagine if you defended that belt against Big E and Big E's got a weight and is like, yeah. AJ says, hang on, this isn't my vision. AJ says you're at the back of the list. And Daniel says, all right, I can handle that. So Daniel says you'll defend it against Drew Gulak then. Daniel says he earned it. Great promo says, see you in hell, Yowie. Hello to Sue Hines. How are you, my friend? Hello, Sue. Shout out to you, Sue Hines. Great to see you, my friend. Okay, AJ says you're going to have to earn the opportunity to fight me for this. Next person that wants to run their mouth is going to have to deal with the consequences. And here comes Riddle! Here comes Riddle! Bro! Yes! Yes! I didn't know they were going to bring him into this segment. I didn't know that he was 100% going to be debuting here, but look at this. Bro, now this is a match. This is a match. Matt Riddle makes his way down to the ring. AJ Styles looks confused. Oh, bro. Matt Riddle. What's up, bro? My name is Matt Riddle, and AJ Styles says, I know who you are. Just to be crystal clear, allegations have been made against Riddle, but he has come out and denied them. So we don't know where things stand with all of that at the moment. He has come out and denied them. WWE seem happy to run with this story right now. And Riddle said he's here to give AJ Styles some advice. He says, I understand you're the face that runs the place. I'm the bro that's going to run the show. AJ puts down the IC title. Starts laying into Matt Riddle. Knee strikes. Forearm strikes. Quick kicks. AJ hanging on that middle rope. Riddle is a serious competitor. Used to be in the UFC. Really got over down in NXT. Big addition to the SmackDown roster, and this feud would be fire. This feud would be fire. Lumberjack match. Happy to see him. It's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, I definitely popped when he came out because I wasn't sure they were going that way. I honestly thought, sitting here and watching it, I honestly thought it was going to be Gulak. I was sitting here expecting them to give Gulak the match, and I don't know. I mean, they've tried with him so many times that I would struggle to have the same enthusiasm. But having Riddle come down, and I know the allegations are against him, but I can only look at what is out there, and Riddle came out very quick with a denial. He's already been in touch with his lawyers, and he's claiming that they've known of this person, that this person has been making accusations and has been stalking the family for a long time, and I don't know where the truth lies. I don't know where the truth lies. And WWE's take on it is to proceed until, I think, if someone gets charged, they made a statement, WWE. If someone gets charged, then they are suspended. If someone is convicted, then of course they're terminated. And I think that's where they stand with it. So when it comes to allegations being made, WWE, you know, will start looking into things and it will be on the radar. I just imagine that you might see less of them on TV. But yeah, they're seemingly at this point happy to proceed with the Riddle storyline. And what a storyline that seems to be as well. Days, this was pre-recorded. Yes, but they didn't need to show it. Matt Riddle is the bro that runs the show. Riddle is even suing, says Alfie. I have not seen him accused of murder, no. You can't deny the allegations, but you are innocent until proven guilty. And I've got to say, I'm excited for this match. Days, I've met Riddle 3 times, says Ashton. Kristen says, Matt Riddle is my favourite ever. I'm excited to see him on SmackDown. Why have they released Jack Gallagher then? Well, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. We don't know what allegations have been confirmed, what are being denied. Matt Riddle has denied in the strongest way the allegations that are made against him. As we said, there's lawyers that are involved. A statement has been issued. So he has come out and outright denied them. I don't know where we stand with each. There's so much activity. I don't know where we stand with each individual allegation. But I do know where we stand with Matt Riddle's allegation made. He has denied. Riddle's fight pit match was awesome. Yes, I agree. One of the best matches of the year. In my top 10 matches, that fight pit. Thought it was stunning. Nick Reeder, shout out to you, says, I fully believe the women that have come out these past few days, but I will say the Riddle situation seems different. Just respect all round, isn't it? You've got to respect those that are brave enough to speak out, but you've got to respect those that are being accused, because I agree, I do think that some of these accusations have potential to be fabricated. And as we said, Riddle has come out against his. Jim Cornette has spoke out against his as well. Intercontinental match now! Intercontinental match now? Liam Fletcher says, evening, Mr. Days. What a start. Riddle debuts. I popped big for that. Even with these allegations that I hope proven to be false. So the title is not on the line. We've got AJ Styles versus Matt Riddle. And the superstars are staying out there. Riddle, gut wrench, suplex. Holding on to it as well. He's keeping hold of AJ. AJ, look at the strength of Riddle. He is just throwing AJ, scooping him up, picking him up. It's just no problem to him. He's got real power, Riddle. Riddle coming in with suplexes. Stomping away. Fighting barefoot. He's got an MMA style. Lots of submissions. Lots of kicks. He's a really good striker all round. Jawbreaker by Styles. Riddle goes back against the ropes. This is AJ versus Matt Riddle, but the title is not on the line. Vince loves Riddle. Okay, back into the corner. Matty Cliff says Grand Metalik should become the champion. Days, the Lumberjacks are adding more to the atmosphere. I agree with that. I agree. Nice, sent on by Riddle. Riddle going for a pin, but he's really close to the ropes, and he needed to do a bit more than that. Front face lock by Matt Riddle now. It's got nice pace to it. Working on the arm. Days, I'm 2 for 2. I told you, Sean and the stretcher, and now Riddle. Well done, Michael. You can't believe what everyone says, that this person did this to me without evidence. Yeah, I do understand that. It's really difficult because what evidence is there going to be? Drop kick by AJ. Matt Riddle goes down. Days, I want Braun versus Fiend at Extreme Rules, but not in a Firefly Funhouse match, but just a normal, straight-up Extreme Rules match. Face first. Big strikes by AJ, and again. Kick to the knee by AJ. Riddle going over. Face first. Strike to the midsection. Forearm strikes. Riddle firing back. Strikes. Kicks. Right to the shoulder of AJ Styles. Matt Riddle all over AJ. AJ, though, going for the throat. Going for a clothesline, and Riddle to the outside. Holds on to the ring ropes. So it's got a lovely pace. AJ holding the hair of Matt Riddle. Imagine a pit fight between Riddle and Styles. Here we go. Styles being dragged out of the ring. Oh! Riddle knocks into King Corbin. King Corbin pushes Riddle down. Oh, Riddle, stay focused. Stay focused, Riddle. AJ versus Riddle versus Bryan would be awesome. Do you think the Lumberjacks will turn? I just want a clean match. I just want a clean match between AJ and Riddle. And to be honest, I didn't really need it tonight. I was quite happy to wait and for it to build. You know, if you get it tonight, you're kind of expecting something screwy. Or Riddle could get the win, which will then set up a title match, and then something screwy happens there. No, I'd much rather that they just took a slower burn, you know. As I said, I didn't need Riddle, AJ right now. Days, what match was better, Edge Orton or AJ Daniel? AJ Daniel was a match. Edge Orton was touched up. So I don't think you can compare them. I think one is cinematic. The other is a traditional wrestling match. But I think that Daniel, AJ might just be the best one-on-one match we've had this year. I'd have to go back and look at New Japan because I think Wrestle Kingdom's the only thing that would come close. I did really enjoy Thunder Rosa, Allison Kay as well. I thought that was excellent this year. But I think that AJ Daniel match was incredible. The Fight Pit as well was incredible. So that would have to be factored in. But you're really talking about one of the best matches of the year. And cinematic-wise, I think Edge Orton is the best cinematic match we've had. Baseless accusations. You can't teach that. Days, this is good way to start the show. Yeah, I like Riddle coming down. I'm certainly not down on getting this match. I'm just saying that, you know, did we need the debut and the first match right away? Especially when they're going so slow with the hacker. Do you know what I mean? The hacker story is too slow, and this one seems a bit fast. Modern Mogul says, should we get a Goldberg spear in this feud? As long as we don't get Goldberg. Swamps, I would stop with that comment with everything that's going on. Asuka versus Charlotte this Monday on Raw. The King likes picking on little guys. Please keep Riddle away from Corbin. We just don't need it. Matt Riddle has said he's had to change his phone number 3 times and he's tried to get a restraining order against the lady that accused him of these things, says Ellis. All right, face first. Riddle into the corner. Nice. Across the knee. Backbreaker by AJ Styles. Could the accusations be a really bad storyline? No. Lee, no. Kicks to the chest by AJ. And again. Tucker is telling Otis to cash in. Wow, that would be silly. Nice. Snap suplex by AJ going for a quick pin. I don't see fans returning anytime soon. Sonny Wolf says, I'm still on commercials. Slap coming in by Riddle. Jonathan Wilberding says, could lead up to a bro yard match. A bro yard match. Yeah. I think they can do a lot of fun stuff with Riddle. Undertaker, the last ride, Chapter 5, available this Sunday. Knee strike by AJ. Why is no one shouting prove it at Riddle? It should be so easy if he's been harassed for years. Well, to be honest, I don't think he needs to. I think that she has had her say. He has denied it. The lawyers are involved, and this is now being treated in the courts. And so that kind of evidence will be seen and be shown to the courts, which is where it should be seen and shown. I think when it comes to stuff like that, you necessarily wouldn't want to show your hand. Liam says, with Riddle getting called up, who would you like to go back down to NXT? For me, I'd love Nakamura to go and feud with Adam Cole. I think that Nakamura has still got a lot to achieve on the main roster. I like that. AJ taking away the knee of Riddle with a chop block. I hope Riddle has a good run in SmackDown. Same. Days, did they change the name of the kill switch to the Unprettier? It's been known by both. Kicks. AJ grabbing Riddle picking up, slamming down AJ. I do agree with the chat that the Lumberjacks really are providing a lot of energy to this. They're actually banging on the edge of the ring. It's got like a bar wrestling feel. I do like the New Day's ring attire as well. They've stopped with the colouring in one, which was quite dull. The colours weren't as vibrant. It was a great idea, great concept, but they've got some yellow attire on now, and I think it pops a bit better. Nice. Sent on by Riddle. Going for the pin on AJ. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Styles. Oh, look at that, rear naked. Nice. It's Riddle's got to be careful because AJ leaned back and actually it went into a pin. Up on the shoulders of Riddle, going for a calf crusher, trying to get it, and he has! AJ Styles with a calf crusher on Matt Riddle. Oh, and this is where not wearing boots is really, really going to be going against Riddle. Riddle just getting to that bottom rope. The referee counting, and AJ has got to break it. Modern Mogul Enterprise says Riddle versus Cesaro versus Big E. Yeah, look at this. Daniel Bryan saying a few words of encouragement to Matt Riddle, saying, you're that close. You were that close. AJ Styles going round to the outside, pushes Daniel. And Matt Riddle rolling back to the middle of the ring. We're still not done here between AJ and Daniel. AJ on the edge of the ring, saying a few things to Daniel, getting right into his face. Ruin his opportunity. AJ is saying, touch me, ruin his opportunity. Because he knows that Riddle would be DQ'd. That's so clever. So clever from AJ. AJ up top. Riddle's caught him. There we go. Slams him down. 2, 3. And Matt Riddle beats AJ Styles. And everyone jumps into the ring to celebrate. AJ Styles got distracted by Daniel on the outside. And here we go. We got a bit of dancing going on. Bro. This is a great way to debut a new talent. Otis is dancing. The talent's in the ring. Matt Riddle may indeed be the bro that's going to run the show. Do you think Vince will buy AEW in a few years? I don't think so. I think AEW have got enough money to keep going for a few years. If the hacker build-up is this big, I think WWE with no fans would be disappointed if it wasn't CM Punk. That's a good point. It's been 2 nights and I'm still terrified of Abaddon. What a great start to SmackDown. I liked that feel-good moment. It was done very well. He's dancing. They're all celebrating. We got the Firefly Funhouse coming up tonight as well. Days, I read a headline that Vince ended the hacker story. Do you think they'll have a Riddle Velveteen jail cell match? No. WWE is trash. I told you they're gonna let him win. Great match, says Monica King. Love Matt Riddle. Awesome. Even though AJ is my favorite, says Michael. Here is Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is going to be talking. Okay, so Renee Young is going to be questioning Jeff Hardy as we try and move forward with this feud. Obviously, he came up short at Backlash, so it's going to be interesting to see what the next steps are for that. Otis should have cashed in. Not on the IC belt. If you've got a briefcase that can get you a world title, why are you cashing it in on the IC? Can't believe Matt Riddle won, but great. Days, what year do you think was the best? I think most people feel 97 was a big year. He is zoned out, says J14. Derek says, Days, did you see Matt Riddle being accused? Yes, I thought it was odd to push. Yes, but he came out and denied it. So an accusation has been made. He has denied it. It's now going to the courts, seemingly. And apparently these accusations have come from someone that has been stalking and harassing Matt Riddle for a number of years. So, look, I can only tell you what the news is saying. Matt Riddle versus AJ Extreme Rules for the IC. I think we could be heading that way. If you had the Money in the Bank briefcase, when would you cash in? I would cash in whenever Braun was in a weakened position, which he seemingly hasn't been yet. Dale Duncanson, shout out to you,
Dale
my friend,
Duncanson is
says...
They donated £20 via a super chat. What do you think Bray got to say? I can't wait for the Fiend.
So, a thank you to Dale Duncanson. What do I think Bray has got to say? I think he's going to address Braun. I think that he is going to say something along the lines of the Fiend is angry, is interested in, righting the wrong that happened at Money in the Bank, blah, 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 something along those lines. But I could see Extreme Rules being Fiend versus Braun. I can see us building that way. Dave Meltzer gave Styles versus Bryan 4.75 stars, and rightfully so. Your thoughts? Yep. Yeah. I mean, I didn't feel it was a 5-star match. I might have said 4.5 personally, but I'm certainly not arguing with 4.75. And I think it's one of the best matches of the year. And maybe the best WWE match of the year. Certainly on Raw or SmackDown. So, yes, I think heap the praise on. Jack Gallagher has been released, says Aiden. Yep. That news did break through earlier. Days, how about Matt versus Braun eventually? Yep. This episode of SmackDown, it seems like a return to form, says Esteban. Fiend versus Riddle will be a good future match. What is your favourite storyline at the minute? That's a good question. I don't know, actually. I like anything, really, that involves Asuka. I think that the Funhouse is still excellent. So, probably looking at those. Right, we're already, guys, 40 minutes into this show. We've got an hour and 20 left of the show. I told my mum about Matt Riddle. She was confused. I'm still wondering if Taker and Styles will have a rematch. I feel they will, Jerry. Matt Riddle would have won the IC title. Would you love if Vince told AJ, don't make the rules, I do, and Matt won either way? It would have been a lot for one night. As much as I enjoyed that match, I still feel like this was a lot to give us in one night. Like, not just that moment, right? But I just don't get why they didn't make the rematch for next week.
William Hensey
make the match for next week,
They donated $50 via a super chat. Thank you, Days, for all you do for us, Days, and thanks to everyone in this community that makes wrestling so much more enjoyable to watch.
Shout out to you, William. Yeah, I completely agree that everyone in this community absolutely does that. I mean, sitting here and watching these shows and getting your thoughts live, as opposed to sitting here on my own, watching this in a dark room. I don't know why it'd be a dark room. I'd probably turn the lights on. But in a room, let's just say a room. Maybe it would be dark. We'll never know. But as opposed to doing that, I mean, you guys make this a lot more enjoyable for me. So it should be me thanking you. So shout out to you, Mr. Hensey. As always, massively, massively appreciate the support. By the way, you're not missing anything. It is just a recap of the Jeff Hardy storyline so far against Sheamus. We're at the Backlash match from last Sunday, so you're not missing anything. Days, Chapter 5 is called Revelation. What do you think will happen at the end? I think it'll be heavily teased that Boneyard was his last match. And I don't know where we go from there, to be honest. I think there will be a rematch with AJ. I don't believe that someone that is as passionate about the wrestling business as Undertaker, so protective of the wrestling business as Undertaker, would leave on a victory. I think that it is tradition that you lose your last match. It's a known tradition. Undertaker will have seen Ric Flair go out with a loss to Shawn. He will have seen Shawn go out to a loss at his own hands. He will have seen countless people going out over the years. Kurt Angle going out to a loss to Corbin. Yeah, people go out on a loss. You give back to the industry whatever rub that you've managed to get, whatever influence you've managed to build up. You pass it on to that next person at the end. And I can't believe The Undertaker goes out on a win. I think it's very important The Undertaker loses his last match. And if it's against someone like Aleister Black or The Fiend, then brilliant. Maybe AJ? Right, we've got the Jeff Hardy interview now. Jeff says he's 42. He says, I'm trying to turn my life around, and I feel like I've been doing that my whole life. I've got to do what's best for me and my family. What if someone attacks Hardy? Jeff says, I extinguish one fire and then I turn around and there's another. Renee says, this rivalry with Sheamus has been uncomfortable to watch. Sting or The Fiend are the only ones that I would want to beat Undertaker. I feel like Aleister Black could be in that conversation. Modern Mogul says, Days, your favourite heel turn? Maybe Hogan. That was such a big heel turn. Or stable creation. Wow. I'll stick with the heel turn answer. Jeff Hardy says if he could beat the holy hell out of Sheamus, he hopes that proves that he's resilient and strong. Am I good enough anymore? Am I a bad husband? Am I a bad father? They're really giving him stuff to get his teeth into here. If I've learned one thing. He says, I have to catch myself before everything spirals. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting personal promo. Jeff says, I am an alcoholic and that's okay. Sheamus doesn't have a problem with me. He's got a problem with himself. I've overcome bigger obstacles. Do you think Matt Riddle could give The Undertaker a good match? I'm not. I think. I don't know that he's a ring general, and I think that's what Undertaker needs. Very good promo, very personal promo from Jeff Hardy. Kayla is here. She's talking to Shorty G. Here's Mojo. Oh, I'm so over this short thing. So I was over it the second they started talking about it. Why do I need more? Big strike by Shorty G, who knew that he was there. There we go. Shorty G versus Mojo Rowley. Kayla says, Jadam. Sheamus is in for the match of his life. Mojo Rowley is here. He is. Shout out again to William Hensey and to Dale. Really appreciate the support, genuinely. So just wanted to make sure that we didn't lose sight of that. There is a new Wrestling Escape Pod after the show tonight as well. This one is on Eva Marie, of all things. So, yes, we do have that coming up also. And I tried really hard to make it fun. Let's put it that way. I tried. Days, do you think there will be a correlation between Tamina's weird video and the Funhouse tonight? I think Undertaker has to lose to The Fiend for his last match. I don't know what's happening with that Tamina thing, and I'm not sure anyone does. I think we were caught off guard that it existed anyway. I think that there's potential for either WWE not wanting to make it public or not show their cards. So, yes, there's potential for something, but I don't think that it was ever really connected to the Funhouse. I don't know where it was going. I think she was in a mental institution, seemingly, with a split personality, which, you know, you could say is very reminiscent of what Bray is doing and what happened with Bray. So, I don't know. I'm not expecting her. And I don't know why they took it down. There's been no word on that. I don't know if she went off and made it herself and didn't get permission. I don't know if WWE created it and then changed plans. I don't know if WWE created it, haven't changed plans, but just don't want them plans to be seen yet. There's several different things that could be going on there, so I just don't know. Days, I have to disagree with the Alistair retiring Undertaker thing. I feel like it should be Sting, Kane, or someone he was feuded with in the past. The only reason that I would disagree with that is because what benefit does it give? How does it push Kane? I mean, Kane just doesn't wrestle anymore. Sting doesn't wrestle anymore. I'd love Sting to face Undertaker. But is that really the best way for him to go out? Is it not better that he puts over someone like Aleister Black? Someone new, upcoming, that can benefit by getting a win over The Undertaker? Because still beating The Undertaker is a massive achievement, even if he is older now. And we're starting to really see a lot more behind the curtain. I mean, I understand that Shawn retired by losing to Undertaker, but the streak was still going. That was its own story. Career versus streak. Shawn Michaels' career, or does the streak end? So I can see it from that perspective as to why they did that story, but I would be going with Fiend or Aleister Black or someone like that. Right, we are back in the ring. Mojo and Shorty. No intro for Mojo. We heard Shorty G's intro. We didn't see it. Kicks to the midsection in the corner. Hard into the corner by Mojo. This match is not going to be sticking around long. We need a commercial stream watch along where we analyze the commercials that run during Raw SmackDown. We all have different commercials. That's the only problem. Goes for a clothesline. Nice. Lovely suplex. Against the ropes goes Shorty G, who gets hung up on that top rope. Collides into Shorty G, Mojo. Mojo versus Shorty G, says Carlos. It is a bit of a sleeper. Days, what do you think will happen with the hacker now? All has seemed to go quiet and Ali has gone to Raw. We have touched on that point. It's impossible to tell. It could be that they're making it bigger. It could be that they've axed it because the payoff wasn't good enough. I don't know what they've got planned. I think if they axe it, I think that's going to be very disappointing. Days, this has been a good SmackDown. It has. It has. This is the first moment now where I'm a little bit... do you know what I mean? A little bit... round the back, nice. Sleeper hold by Shorty. Against the ropes goes Shorty. Moves out the way and Mojo to the outside. There's obviously no one out there anymore. Mojo into the ring. Collides into Shorty G, who goes down to his knees. Shorty G sucks. Give us Chad Gable back, I agree. Mojo against the ropes. Collides into the corner. Shorty G out the way, looking for a German. Nice. Connects. Mojo is down. Shorty G going over to the corner. Here we go. Shorty going up top. Big crossbody, but couldn't connect. Lands on the shoulders of Mojo. Rolls up Mojo. 2. There we go. Small package. The most devastating move. Either a schoolboy or a small package. I'd love to know the percentage of matches that end with a schoolboy or a small package. Days, do you think WWE has kept the hacker quiet because they're waiting for crowds to come back? Could also be a reason, yes. Shorty G with a win. Not a totally convincing one, but it's a win all the same. Up next, we got Mandy Rose on Miz TV. Mandy Rose on Miz TV. Undertaker should have a rematch against Roman. Championship Monday? Asuka Charlotte. Championship Monday? Iconics Bailey Sasha. Street Profits Viking Raiders. R-Truth against Akira Tozawa. And Ray returns. And Ric Flair. Ric Flair is going to crown Randy Orton as the greatest wrestler ever. I bet Ric Flair is thrilled. I bet Ric Flair, who is the greatest wrestler ever, is thrilled at having to do that. Great advert here for Bruce Lee, Be Water, which I really want to watch. Really want to watch. Be Water, available now. I still wonder why we never got Roland's Undertaker. Yeah, wow. I didn't even consider that. Yes, good shout. Dominic Court Rowland's good. This Monday is going to be good. Yeah, Championship Monday on the way. Days, have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? No. Raw looks fire. Yeah, you're right. Let's do halftime scores now. Get your halftime Smackdown scores in. Halftime scores. Those graphics were showing so fast, I could not keep up with what was going on. Same. Do you think The Rock will return? I think The Rock could have one more match against Roman, yes. And next year, I think, would look good for that. I think WWE are going to go big. They're going to have to go big. Here come the scores. Lots of 7s, 6s, 5s, 8.5. Undertaker Dream matches, Sting. 6.75 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 4.5 out of 10, 7, 6.5, 8, 7, 5, 6. Jack Gallagher has been released. 8 out of 10, 7, 7, 7.8, 7, 9, 5. 7.3, 7.5. Jack Gallagher has been released. 7.42. 7. There's a lot of 7s. 8.5, 6, 7, 5. I think we're around a 7.5 for this show. It might be better than that. I know we knew that Riddle was coming, but that was a good first segment. Great first match. The Jeff Hardy thing was fine. It was only that Shorty G thing that was a bit... That was only, 5 minutes? Well, I might be more towards the 8 mark. But let's see how it goes. Because we've now got Miz TV. Boos for Miz and John Morrison. They need to get rid of those damn ninjas. See you in hell, Yowie says there's been 43 roll-ups in this year. Jimmy Havoc is going to get mental help, and AEW are considering his place in the company. Nick Williams says, I just wanted to jump in here and say I literally hate Michael Cole. Him saying Shorty G winning is an upset is so annoying. Chad is a million times better than Mojo. That is the benefit of having the sound turned down, let me tell you. And I don't know if that's Michael Cole's fault or if that has come straight from the mouth of Vince McMahon. Don't forget, he's got Vince in his ear. I was going to give it an 8, but it's only halftime scores. Monica, whatever you gave it, I'm sure it was perfect. Unless you gave it 7.75, because that would be really silly. Why did Jack get released? We're not going through it. Because if Otis wasn't there, one of us would be champ right now. Miz says this, our guest today is in one of the most intriguing romances. Making her Miz TV debut. Mandy. I like her music. I really like it, man. I like her music a lot. I think you could have like a real good soul vocal over the top, you know? Baby, why won't you just let me get away? Baby, why won't you just morning wanna say, oh, running my baby, won't you just... I could really see someone dropping a good vocal line on top of that Mandy Rose music. Someone should do that. Someone should get entrance music and try to drop like some lyrics over the top. Oh, man. I mean, she's all right, but I'm way more into her music. I'm not going to lie. Right. Mandy says, I did not come out here for you to insult me. Miz says, we are joking. Hello, Miz says he's got a surprise. Oh, wow, isn't this a wonderful surprise? Isn't this the gift that keeps on giving? Here comes Sonya Deville. In a suit? Well, you did distract her the other week. Sonya in a suit? I don't know that I've seen a female competitor in a suit before. It's a very interesting look. Sonya says, I only wish that I could be done. Week after week after week, I had to watch you standing in the spotlight. If it wasn't for Miz and Morrison, I wouldn't even be out here right now. I'd be in catering. Oh, I'd be in catering. With my crackers, my one piece of ham, a couple of bits of lemon. Sonya says, what have you been doing with all these opportunities that you've had then? Have you been winning matches? Not really. Have you done anything that's meant anything to anyone? Miz is trying to think. "2020 is looking like a great year for you," said no one ever. You can hurt me physically, but I'm still standing here. You can hurt me emotionally. Well, you can try. Otis has been there for me. I think Sonya went to the Hall of Fame in that suit. It looks good on her. It's a very different look. Good promo, says Young Astro. Dude in the crowd, she's a hater. How much longer are you going to hold on to these petty resentments? Let me break this down really simply. I got to figure out what I got to do to get the Mandy Rose treatment. I'm looking at you and I'm looking at me. The only difference I see is this. And in all fairness, she does have a nicer suit. I don't even think that Mandy's got a suit that nice. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've never seen it. I'm going to take... Oh, I love that. I love that. Sonya says, I'm going to rip you apart till your outsides look as hideous as your insides. It's good. Maybe this could go pay-per-view. I did pose the question, is it big enough for pay-per-view? But if they're going to give it this kind of build, it could be. They could do this at Extreme Rules. I think this is a very good segment. Sonya putting Miz in the way so she can get out the ring, but her jacket is still in the ring. Oh, you can't have an incomplete suit. Oh, Mandy slaps the Miz. In fairness, he does have a very slappable face, doesn't he? I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. Oh, I think she's left a red mark. I think she's properly gone. Gone for it there. Bray Wyatt. Tonight. Sonya's turnaround from nothing to the best heel on SmackDown. Great segment, says John. Yes. Extreme Rules would be great, says Robin. I think that Sonya is in love with Mandy and is mad because Mandy chose Otis over her. That's interesting. Do you imagine if we saw inside Sonya's house and there was a Mandy room with pictures all over the wall? Bits of Mandy hair. That would be cool. Didn't they do so? They did that with Mickey, didn't they? Mickey James and Trish. Maybe we can revisit that a little. Days, in your opinion, what is the WrestleMania of WCW? Well, Starrcade was always huge. There's too many promos and commercials. We've only had 2 matches so far. Do you remember when Renee slapped Miz? Best Miz slap ever. I don't remember. When did she slap? On Talking Smack, was it, or something? I don't remember it. I'm surprised Otis hasn't attacked Corey yet. Here comes... Wow, they're everywhere, aren't they, these two? We've seen them... Raw, NXT. Now we got Sasha and Bayley. Are they competing tonight? I know they're competing on Monday against the Iconics. They seem to be in wrestling attire. I do look forward to Bayley-Michael Cole interactions, though. There's no 2 ways about it. Right now, I'm sitting here looking forward to what Bayley's going to say to Michael Cole. Here we go. Bayley making her way around, holding the tag champ in the air, tag team championship. Dances past the commentary table. Oh, no, they're going back. On to commentary. They're on commentary? Yes. Bayley says she doesn't need help from Corey. We're so good at everything else, we're now going to take your jobs. Oh, hello. Stone Cold. Oh, Broken Skull. Mark Henry. Mark Henry is on Broken Skull Sessions. James N says, what happens here happens there. Renee interviewed Miz after a match, and Miz said something out of line about her and Dean, so she slapped the spit out of his match. Oh. Half-time, y'all. It's past half-time, Creed. We've done our half-time scores about 10 minutes ago. People still doing so much after Firefly Funhouse has been advertised 3 times now. I really enjoyed Raw last Monday. I hope we get that on a weekly basis. I agree. It was very, very good. Right. Maybe Messiah Rollins could retire Undertaker. It'd be a great match. Days, did you see Undertaker's Mount Rushmore? It was Flair, Hogan, Stone Cold, and Andre. I did not see that. That's very, very interesting. Days, do you miss seeing the likes of John Cena every week? No, I think that Cena is a very special attraction, and I think it's fine to see him once in a while, similar to Brock. But I don't need to see him every week. I don't need to see anyone every week. I think they use people too much. I really do. You just see the same people. I mean, if you've got a good storyline, then I get it. But I just don't need to see everyone every single week. Okay, we are at commercial break. We've got 47 minutes left. In fact, we've got an hour left of the stream, and that's it. So we have got Wrestling Escape Pod coming up after. It is an episode on Eva Marie. And I think it's like a 50-minute episode, and we talk about Eva Marie for about half an hour. I'm just going to be straight up honest. Like, just to try and get the time. Because she was only in for a few years. She didn't have tons of matches. And we could have spoken about Total Divas stuff, but... yeah, we tried. Maybe if Apollo does a US Open Challenge, Cena could fight him. That would be interesting. When is your birthday? May 12th. Unsettling Firefly Funhouse. Well, let's see. I hope that it's a big, big revelation. I hope there's something for us to get our teeth into. He's been gone for a little while. So it'd be good if he could return with a bang. Right. We are about to go back to SmackDown. If you are watching and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe. Make sure that you join us. We've got the New Day making their way down. For your more famous time champs and feel the power. Look at this, that guy was proper into it. New Day. We've got Bayley and Sasha on commentary. I don't know who their New Day are facing. Michael Cole congratulating Bayley. Okay, New Day in the ring. Big E throwing his jacket at Corey. Bayley's taking some notes. She says, I'm going to write that down. Let me take some notes. She's fun, man. She is fun. You compare this Bayley to the happy, huggable Bayley. This is so much more engaging. So much more engaging. This heel turn has been a big success. Bayley Bration. Right, we've got Lucha House Party, Lince Dorado, Gran Metalik. Shout out to you, Bryce. Lucha. Why are they on commentary? Just to get them on TV, I think. It is a bit strange because they can't scout out anything, can they? I suppose they could say they're watching the men's tag team champs just to get a few pointers. You think they're better than us? The disrespect, said Sasha. Lovely work by Lindsay, going for a pin on Kofi. Kofi kicks out. Michael Cole says, can you write down who your next opponent will be for the SmackDown women's title? And Bayley went, well, I'll tell you right now, no one. I've beaten everyone. Oh, Kofi and Lindsay drop kicking each other at the same time, both with the same idea. What did Lindsay do then? Did he like go into full cat mode or something? Michael Cole trying to get Sasha plant the idea that she should go for that women's title. Nice. Big splash by Gran Metalik on Kofi. Shinsuke and Cesaro are going to interfere. Kofi against the ropes. Holds on to the ropes. Belly to belly by Big E. Bayley to belly. Bayley to belly. Another Bayley to belly. Bayley to belly on the outside by Big E. But it's a belly to belly, really. Nice, pulling the top rope down. Top rope enziguri by Lindsay. Gran Metalik springboard. Drop kick. Springboard, crossbody by... Oh, wow! Did you see the airtime that Lindsay had then? Wow! I don't even know if he's come down yet. He was in the air forever. That was amazing. That was sick. Days, I sent you the thing about Undertaker's Mount Rushmore. Thank you, my friend. Bayley to belly, belly to Bayley, belly to Bayley, Bayley to belly. Yeah, they popped Big E doing a belly to belly, and of course, whenever Bayley does it, she calls it a Bayley to belly. Good match, says Young Astro. I do like having them on commentary. Bayley is hilarious. Hilarious. Modern Mogul says, does Abaddon acquisition birth Abigail? What? Two different companies, bud. Creed, shout out to you. Our Lucha House Party going to win? It's gone to commercial break, bud. So we haven't found out the result yet. We've still got just over half an hour to go, nearly 40 minutes. And yeah, we've still got a Firefly Funhouse on the way. Okay, Birra, thank you. Firefly Funhouse is going to be boring, says Lester. Funhouse to be the main event? Not sure. Shotzi would be a good Abigail, in my opinion, says Waleed. Matt Riddle is the man. So glad he finally debuted. North Macedonia was forced to change their name, says Body Beans. So many commercials. I know. If Bray is not targeting Braun, who could it be? I think he will target Braun. I'll be surprised if it's anyone else. Negative Nigel will say Eva Marie is my favourite because she brings the negativity out of you. Thank you, Negative Nigel. Kristen says, I don't like Bailey and Sasha. Monica King says, Grand Metalik and Lindsay are very underrated. They just need wins and momentum, don't they? That's all they need. I want Big E to turn on Kofi. Well, I was hoping that was going to be the truth the hacker was ultimately building towards. I mean, I didn't really care who the hacker was. It was more what was they going to expose. And if the hacker had resulted in, like, you know, one final truth being revealed, and that was that Big E had been plotting against Kofi or something, that would have, who would have had a problem with the hacker storyline then? No one. Even if it turned out it wasn't CM Punk. Royal Rumble from 2008. Right. Bailey, Sasha on commentary. Big E in the ring against Lindsay. Lindsay getting his boot up. Back elbow by Lindsay. Up top, crossbody. Caught by Big E, who was looking for big ending. Nice back elbow by Big E. Goes against the ropes. And again. Big splash. 1, 2. Just a 2. Here we go. Grabbing Lindsay. Stretching him out. Sasha says, I know how to get out of this. Bailey and Sasha are amazing, says Chalmers. Did you hear that Mustafa Ali moved to Raw? I did. Springboard stunner. Lindsay Dorado down. So Lindsay's trying to get over to Grand Metalik. Big E tags in Kofi. Kofi comes crashing down. Grand Metalik goes down. Big strikes. Back elbow. Lovely drop kick. So crisp. Modern Mogul says WWE debuts Abigail because AEW got Abaddon. I honestly don't think they're connected. I don't think that this stuff takes a lot of planning. So just because Abaddon was on Wednesday doesn't mean WWE will now do something now. For example, back in, I can't even remember when it was. Was it May? They managed to get the Sister Abigail trademark. So it takes a lot of planning. Oh, Grand Metalik has caught Kofi. Kofi on the shoulders. Lindsay tags in. Nice. Head scissor takedown by Lindsay. Lindsay going up top. Kofi's down. Big splash. Lindsay. Big E coming in. Pushes Grand Metalik into Lindsay. It's a good little match, this. It's not a bad match at all. Double super kick. Okay, here we go. Grand Metalik up top. Big E pushing Grand Metalik off the top to the outside. Lindsay. Kofi. Double stomp. Double stomp by Kofi, who runs over. Tags in Big E. Big E picking up Lindsay. It's beginning of the end. Down he goes. 1, 2, 3. Big E win. Big E and the New Day wins. And here comes Cesaro and Shinsuke. For match that says, see you in hell, Yowie. Yeah, it was good. It was all right. There you go. Big E picked up. Great work by Cesaro. Midnight ending, yep. New Day wins. Yep, Nakamura and Cesaro have arrived. We've got the Cesaro swing and Nakamura with that knee strike into Kofi as he was being swung around. If they get a good name. We're sick and tired of being overlooked. Cesaro having a word with Michael Cole. We're the last of a dying breed. I love that. Are they confusing Michael Cole with Vince McMahon? Why has everyone got a problem with Michael Cole? You treat us like this. I love this attitude. I love this attitude from Cesaro. Tonight, Firefly Funhouse. They're making us wait. Love that attitude from Cesaro. I want them to have the same ring attire. I want them to have a tag team name. And if we're going to make them a team, let's make them a team. Okay, we're backstage with 5 women. Got Naomi, Lacey, Tamina, Dana, Alexa. Oh, they're trying to figure out who's going to be Bayley's new challenger. No, RSM figures. Tamina is here, yeah, and she's normal. Seems like Tamina had some problems that she needed to work out, and she was in a dark place, but she's sorted that now, and she's back to normal, and everything is absolutely fine. So, there we go. They always go after Michael Cole. Perhaps it's because they know that Vince is in his ear, so they can have a go at Michael Cole and hope that he passes the message on. Perhaps that's the thinking. I don't know. Was that scripted? I don't know if it was scripted. I mean, it wasn't very good. That little backstage thing. Alexa should have a singles championship run. I hope there's a major bombshell dropped tonight. There's got to be something. There's got to be something because we had such a powerful start. The middle of the show has been okay. Like, I don't think there's been anything like, oh, that's awful. But, man, it was such an impactful start with that Matt Riddle thing. And the Jeff Hardy promo. And then past half an hour, it's been all right. Michael Cole and Corey Graves are the GMs of SmackDown presently. That's why. Maybe, yes, you could be right. Bruce has put them in charge. Nikki Cross is the UK's best wrestler. And she is missing. The hacker is going to reveal a truth about Nikki, says Matty Cliff. This is the last 30. It'll be all downhill from here, says Alpha Proto. Well, let's see. Do you think Nikki is with the Fiend? Well, she wasn't there then, was she? Nikki went to the Funhouse. There's a lot of excitement about Nikki not being around. I would need that to be very deeply explained if that's what's happening. If Nikki Cross is going to appear as like Sister Abigail or something like that, I would very much need that to be explained. because it can't be a case of, oh, okay, we're doing this now. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're going to be doing something like that, then I need it to be explained. And I would have liked to build a story rather than bang, here she is. Don't know. Let's see. I don't know they're going that way. I suppose it isn't Mysterio Day in the UK. Nikki would make a good champion, says J14. Big Boy Dally, shout out to you. I just saw the Wolfgang news. I'm shocked. Fingers crossed that that's not real. What is the main event? We don't know. Can't believe people still think someone's going to join Bray as Sister Abigail, says Austin316. Well, we are going back days. These are the three I want to be: the Hacker, CM Punk, Shane, and Ronda, says Jerry. Crafted by history. Forged by desire. Inspired by millions. WWE Championships. Feel like a champion. WWE Shop. Find what fits you. Tonight only, you can save up to 40%. That's big, actually. 40% on championship belts. Matt J. Hendricks says, I'm very curious where Nikki Cross went. Bray Wyatt, question mark? I don't mind if they do that, but I need to know when it happened, why it happened. I can't just now go, okay, here we go. Do you know what I mean? Let's just get on board this now. Sheamus says he's thinking. I am a bully. And people like Jeff Hardy deserve to be bullied. There we go. Sheamus is a bully. Breaking news. Fella! Maybe Nikki asked Bray to let the Fiend in after camping at the Funhouse store. The UK Championship is $250 on WWE Euroshop. Ooh. The Hacker could show that Nikki was meeting Bray. Okay. What is Sheamus saying? Next week, Sheamus is going to toast Jeff Hardy. So, there's going to be alcohol involved next week. Bailey is ready to party. They're in their wrestling gear. There's Nikki Cross. There's Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross screaming, smashing. Look at her, kicking her legs out. Back elbow by Nikki. Down has come Alexa. Alexa trying to control Nikki. You, me, right now. Nikki wants Sasha. Nikki is walking around in circles in the ring. Bailey says you've got it. Oh, that is not what Sasha wanted. That's not what Sasha wanted. Good. Good. I like that. I think they did really well there. Really well. A lot of stories being told. You know, you've got a fired up rogue Nikki Cross. Alexa Bliss had to come running out. Bayley has thrown Sasha in it again. Good. I like it. Sasha versus Nikki. Sasha versus Nikki Cross, baby. Main event could be the Funhouse. Bayley's always doing Sasha like that. I know. They're building up that frustration. We're working our way towards that split. If you could pick two people to be a part of the Fiends faction, who would they be? Braun and Bo. Can't wait for the Funhouse. I hope we see the Fiend, and I hope it's something awesome. Yes. Bayley accepted the challenge, not Sasha. I think she accepted it on Sasha's behalf. Sasha, you go. I'll stand here. Are we getting old Nikki Cross back? I don't know. I think she's just fired up. I can't quite tell if she's like sanity Nikki Cross, but we know she's still got that side to her. She's still got that part of her personality, so it's good. It was a good little segment. Down to his knees. Days, what if it's a swerve and Bayley is the one that turns? I think she will. I think she will. I don't know why you would turn Bayley heel to then turn her back face so soon. I think this Bayley heel thing is brilliant. I really would be sad if they turned her back face. I think her as a heel has been a big success. It's bringing her personality out so much more. Seeing Bayley do that makes me know that Sasha will turn on her. Hopefully Bray doesn't disappoint, says Chalmers. Do you ever watch 205? Asks Tinglin. I don't, unfortunately. I hope Bo shows up to the Funhouse. That would be immense. That would be immense. I would have said Braun and Nikki. Matt J. Hendrick says, I miss Sanity Nikki. That's the best version. Bayley needs to stay heel, says your boy. Bayley is a good heel. In gimmick, but a good face in matches, says Dominic Wrestling Show. Right. We've just got a little advert for the WWE Network. 20 minutes to go. We've got Nikki and Sasha and Firefly Fun House. Finally. The Rock. When did you start watching wrestling? Early 90s. Right, here we are. We are underway with just under 20 minutes left. Nikki and Sasha. We've got Alexa and Bayley. Bayley 3 belts. Bayley's got both the Women's Tag Championships and the SmackDown Championship around her waist. Sasha's pleading. Yeah. Gets thrown out the ring by Sasha. Sasha slide in. Nice. Nikki pulls the apron. Sasha caught between the ring and the apron. Big strikes coming in by Nikki. Sasha collapses down. Here we go. Into the ring. Nikki Cross jumps up. She's going up top. And Sasha rolls out of the ring. Nikki on the edge of the ring. Crossbody by Nikki. Nikki Cross is out of control. Sasha gets thrown back in. Here we go. Nikki running over. Collides into Sasha, looking for that. Running Bulldog. Couldn't get it. Reversed. Nikki goes into the corner. Backstabber. Backstabber. Couldn't get a bank statement. Just gets a 2 count. Alexa watching on, cheering on her friend. It is Bailey Tres Straps. Let the boss do her job, says Bailey. Nikki slumps down in the corner. Nice headlock by Sasha. Bailey does not deserve those straps, says Lonely Chicken Nugget. Sean says Sasha as a face just doesn't work. Bailey's run as a heel has worked and is better than ever. It's going to be interesting when WWE pulls the trigger. Matt J. Hendrick says, I've got a feeling that Kairi Sane is going to be sent back to NXT to team with Io Shirai to take on Sasha and Bailey. Back elbow by Nikki. Pushing out at Sasha, and again, she's trying to keep Sasha away. Nikki to the outside. Shoulder charge to the midsection. Nice kick. Through the ropes. Nikki Cross going over. Forearm strike by Sasha. Nikki has got... Oh, Bailey! And she's smashing... Bailey. She's smashing Sasha's head into that top turnbuckle. Bailey watches on. So good work by Nikki Cross. Grabbing the hair of Sasha. Ooh, vicious DDT. Shoulder up. Yeah, that was nasty. Okay, here we go. Nikki picks up Sasha. Sasha managing to land onto her feet round the back to the midsection. Outside, shoulder charge. Knee to the head. Nikki goes down. Sasha back into the ring. Roll over into... No, I don't even know what that reversal was. But face first, Sasha goes into the mat. Nice roll up. Just the 2. How long have we got? I can't tell if this is the main event. I know we've still got the Funhouse. 1. Reversed. Since Alexa won't do it, I will. Chalmers cheering for Nikki. Double knees. 1, 2. Oh, she got her. Sasha beat Nikki. Sasha beats Nikki. Alexa comes in and Nikki frustrated. Interesting. Interesting. Hello, Carmen Live too. Nikki is not a good wrestler, in my opinion, says BOD. Hello, Tyler. Hope you are well. Okay. Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil's been nominated for an award, which I think we're going to hear about now. This is great. This is awesome. He deserves all the praise here, Titus. '20 Citizen of the Year. No such thing as a bad kid. He does a lot of good work. So 2020 Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award nominee, Titus O'Neil. And coming up next, brand new episode of the Firefly Funhouse. They're going to give this episode the end of the show by the looks of it. And there's Braun. Braun watching. Why is he so angry at that graphic? Why is he just staring at that? That's weird. Have you ever seen someone that angry at a cartoon? Braun is just watching the intro and he's like, I don't get it. Mate, chill out. I don't know why people think Nikki isn't a good wrestler. Her and Asuka had an awesome match. Last woman standing match in NXT.
They donated $10 via super chat.
I'll let the man read it.
I don't know why people think Nikki isn't a good wrestler. Her and Asuka had an awesome last woman standing match in NXT. This is not the same Nikki from NXT.
I agree. I think she's good. I've got no issues with Nikki. I mean, she is quite small. There's no denying that. And I think that is a barrier because she is so much smaller than like a lot of the other women. But she's strong. She can hold her own. She's a decent wrestler. I think she is a decent wrestler. I think she can have some good matches. I think she's got a fire and an intensity. And I don't know, they've tried a few things with her. And a few things have worked as well. I think that her tag team partnership with Alexa has been good. Come along and throw your kids away. Why is he mad? He already beat Bray. If anything, he shouldn't care. I know, it was so funny. This cartoon Bray and the Funhouse intro and the nice music. And he's like, ugh. I can only imagine how angry he gets at Scooby-Doo. I don't know. Would you like to see Taker versus Braun? Yeah, it'd be all right. Yep, I'd be down for that, but it's not a match I'm desperate for. We've got 10 minutes to go. She's tougher than a lot of women. And that fire is what Scottish husbands see on a daily basis. Cena Riddle would be good. Do you think Asuka will finally use her green mist against Charlotte? I think she's moving away from being a heel. So I don't think so. Right, we are at commercial break right now. We are edging our way. We are shuffling our way towards the end of the show. And it's got to be something. There's got to be something in this. There's got to be something. They wouldn't make it the main event if there wasn't something juicy. There's going to be a cliffhanger. He's been away for ages. This is can't miss stuff. This is can't miss stuff. He's been away for so long. You're telling me now that he's come back and he's just going to give us a normal Funhouse? I don't believe it. Summit's going down. Summit's going down in Funhouse Town. I'm telling you. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Right. Let's get to it. Let's not know it. Let's watch it and enjoy it. Right. We're back to Smackdown. Here we go. Here we go. Days, would you let me in? No. No. I've met your kind before. Did you notice at the end, old Sasha, Nikki Sasha looked at the Smackdown title? They're just showing us a recap from earlier tonight. Bro. Fiend and Otis. Oh, I don't want that. No, it's got to be something to do with Braun. They've already shown that Braun's angry looking at the cartoon intro. So they're showing us Riddle from earlier. Great debut. Here we go. It is the show closer, says B.O.D. So we get 9 minutes for the Funhouse. I don't even think you're getting that long, to be honest. Because they're killing... Sometimes SmackDown finishes with a couple of minutes to go. And they are really killing time here with a recap from earlier tonight. And also telling us that next week it's going to be AJ versus Drew Gulak for the Intercontinental Championship. William Hensey says, we've seen this! Also, Sheamus presents a toast to Jeff Hardy, who has admitted he is an alcoholic. So, a champagne celebration. Okay, here we go. Firefly Funhouse has begun. Let's see what they've got in store for us. Here is Bray. He's standing in front of his wall of friendship. It is Funhouse Bray. It is the backstage set. Did you guys miss me? I can't wait to tell you what I've been up to. He's learned all the latest TikTok moves. Yes. He's learned the dark art of resurrecting the dead. He infiltrated a reptilian stronghold. Here's Rambling. Weren't you just sat in the corner muttering to yourself? They're showing us Money in the Bank, and I do love the little hand-drawn Money in the Bank logo that they've done for it. And they've added some sound effects. Showing Braun defeating Funhouse Bray at Money in the Bank. Thank you for reminding me, Rabbit. I did lose to Braun. You did. I went about this the wrong way. Braun's someone I've known for a long time. Okay, so I think Braun is making his way down to the ring on SmackDown. So we were in the middle of the Funhouse episode, but Braun Strowman's music has hit. And he is actually making his way down to the ring. We've got the little SmackDown logo. It says all rights reserved. Look at this. Thumbs down by Bray. We're clearly not done with this feud. But it feels like there needs to be something. A reveal or something. A challenge. Bray is not happy. Braun is grabbing a microphone. So, Braun in the ring. Bray on the Titantron. Just don't. You had your opportunity. And you failed, says Braun. No more games. This story. It's over. And Bray laughs. It's not over. Breaking news, it's not over. I wasn't lying about resurrecting the dead. Our story is just getting started. What does that mean? What does that mean? He's showing Rowan? And Braun was seeing... Wow. Eater of Worlds? Wow. In order for us to move forward, we've got to take a step back. I created you, Braun. Wow. And now it's my duty to destroy you. Follow the buzzards. Oh, that is cool. And he's got the old style lantern. I love it. Do you remember when he turned around and he ends with run? Do you remember at the start of the Funhouse, he turned around and he said, that part of me is dead now. That's one of the first things that he said. I think he referred to himself as like a slob and all of this kind of stuff at the start. And he was like, that part of me is dead now. And he actually took the chainsaw to the standee. Well, he's resurrected that part of him. He's brought that part of him back. And so now, Eater of Worlds, Bray, the original Bray that we saw, cult leader Bray, has returned to destroy what he brought in. He's returned to destroy the black sheep of the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm on board with it. I think it's very interesting. I love the fact that we did get something to get our teeth into. I was expecting the Fiend. I could see this version of Bray failing, and then the only other option is we get the Fiend, and then the Fiend gives it a go. So we've got Funhouse Bray, we've got Cult Leader Bray, and we've got the Fiend. If he's resurrected that old persona, then there's 3 personas now for him to choose from. Like the 3 faces of Foley. We've got the 3 faces of Bray Wyatt. And yeah, this is interesting. That was great. That was, I was really into that. Loved that. That was really good stuff. Intriguing. I was just expecting the Fiend. Matt J. Hendricks says, no one has ever interrupted a Funhouse episode before. They gave us all that rights reserved stuff super fast. They did give it. I was a bit confused as to what was happening at that point, yes. The Lake of Reincarnation is busted. The 3 faces of Wyatt. 3 Brays, says Callan Corner. Do you remember when Randy Orton was in the Wyatt family? I do. Interesting that they showed Rowan, isn't it? Interesting that they used the clip there of Rowan. They didn't show us Harper, but then Harper wasn't really ever wearing a mask other than when he was in like Bludgeon Brothers. But yeah, we saw Rowan. We didn't see Harper. I wanted the Fiend. I'm sure he's on the way. Old theme coming back. I would think so. What about Harper and Rowan? They're gone. Wow, Rowan could return. I mean, I don't know what the future's going to hold for Rowan. Do you know, very interesting, because they have apparently reached out to some of those superstars that were let go to try and bring them back. And what if Rowan is going to be a part of this? What if Bray comes down with Rowan? I could see that happening, because apparently they have reached out to people, and I've not seen Rowan go anywhere or seen him debut for anyone. So it's not as if he's in Impact now. I mean, no way Harper. No way Harper, but I think you could get Rowan. I really think you could get Rowan. I thought Funhouse Bray said Cult Leader Bray was dead. He just said that he's been learning how to resurrect the dead. Awesome Funhouse, says Sunny Wolf. If you've not managed to get your score in yet, get your score in. Get your score in as to what you score it. Liam Fletcher says, do you think it's like a split personality? Yeah. Well, I think it all happens within the vessel of Wyndham. And he's always said Wyndham is the key. So, yes, it is like a split personality thing. What if Bray goes through all the stages of himself and finally the Fiend wins? I can see that happening. It's me, Reese, yes. I think, at some point, I think there's a good chance you're going to see Husky Harris. Maybe not in this feud, but do you know what I mean? I think that all of Bray's career, even the Husky Harris stuff, has built up to this. So, yeah, I think it's very, very interesting. Absolutely love the show, says James Chadwick. Tell you what, it's really bumped up people's scores. People's scores are high and understandably so. I was at around about an 8, I think, at the halfway point. For me, it dipped down to about a 7, maybe a 7.25. I think the show kind of, in the middle part, really went into a lull. But it picked back up, and that was a killer ending. So I'm gonna say that it's a 7.5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 7.75. I'm around there. I think it was a really, really solid show. It was there wasn't really anything that was bad. Even like New Day Lucha House Party was a strong match. Sasha and Nikki, I thought the way it was booked was very good. Matt Riddle at the start was excellent. The Riddle AJ match was excellent. Mandy and Sonya was excellent. The Funhouse was excellent. For those of you dropping in like 8s, I totally see why. I totally understand why. It was really good. They did a really good job. Have you heard about Jack Gallagher? I have. Days, when do you think the hacker will show? We don't know. What if the Fiend is like a barrier for Braun and Braun is intimidated? Well, I like this path that he's going down. I don't know that this will be successful to go back to cult leader Bray, but I'm on board. Chalmers says the escape pod is about Eva. It is. He said follow the buzzards. He did, and he also said run. Bruce has produced some good shows so far. I agree. He's doing well. We're starting to, get a bit of movement here. Bring back Eli Cottonwood. That's interesting. For those of you that don't know, Eli Cottonwood was this NXT talent who was hanging around with Bray down in FCW right at the very beginning of the Bray character. Like, the first thing the Bray character did was be with Eli Cottonwood. So, I don't know that people know that, though. So, you'd have to educate people as to who Eli Cottonwood is. And it was only for a couple of weeks. So, yeah, I don't think they'll go that way. But you definitely, make no mistake about it, could see Rowan. You could definitely see Rowan. Rowan is a very real prospect here. A very real prospect. DJ B Tazzy says we've got a lot to talk about after the escape pod on the after party. That's right. So we've got the wrestling escape pod coming up in 9 minutes. It's on Eva Marie. It's a 50-minute episode. I would say half an hour's on Eva, 20 minutes on Trees, Svetlana, and literally anything else I can think of to try and fill the time. So, but we do talk Eva Marie. So the episode is on Eva Marie. I think it's all right. I think it's an all right episode. It's not my favourite. I'm always honest when it comes to these things. I think that last week's Q&A episode was better. But I think this is all right. And then after, you do have the after party by DJ B Tazzy. Jim Gore says, I think WWE released Jack Gallagher because they are not really using him, and releasing him allows him to be able to get to the bottom of what he is being accused of. Days, I'm going to join the podcast, says Alan. Shout out to you, my friend. I think Tommy should be over there. Eli Cottonwood is the early days of NXT. Yes, I think it was around when FCW moved over to NXT. Bo Dallas should be on the Firefly Funhouse. I see Rowan just standing on the apron when we get Bray and Braun, says Chalmers. Bray is the AEW Matt Hardy. He changes gimmicks very quickly. As long as he's not doing it in matches, I am on board with it. If he wants to do it there, then I can cope with that. Bray will fail at Extreme Rules, but the Fiend will succeed at SummerSlam. I'm ready for some Eva, says J14. Said no one ever. Days, I didn't know Husky was Bray. He was in the Nexus. Yes, that Husky Harris was Bray. Hence why you've got Huskus the Pig Boy. This time, we don't need Ty, because I'm giving the show a perfect 7.89. Amazing. Monica King, shout out to you. See you Monday for the Championship edition on Raw. RSM Figure says, even though the three faces are a good idea, don't you think that Bray losing twice is ruining the character? No. I think that Funhouse Bray is always someone that's been seen as weaker than the Fiend. I think we already know that the Eater of Worlds character largely failed. I mean, it was, engaged and everything, but he could never get wins going, could he? You know what I mean? There was so much frustration with that character that to bring it back now as this all-dominant force would be a bit strange. So I think Funhouse Bray is someone we know is... I don't want to say average, but I mean, I love the gimmick, but it's not someone that's a dominant force. We know years and years and years have shown us that Eater of Worlds isn't, but Fiend is. So if he wants to lose twice, I can take it because he's got the Fiend, and if anything, it just shows how more powerful he is when he is consumed by the Fiend persona. So again, I'm on board with it. The Firefly Funhouse is my favourite segment this week, although I did prefer Raw, says Waleed. Bray said, follow the buzzards. He could mean Rowan and Dallas is with him. True. Well done, Bryce. Sonny Wolf is firing in links to the Wrestling Escape Pod. As I said, I think Triple T should be over there. I will be joining in a second. Like and subscribe. Monica King, shout out to you. Funhouse Bray is like Foley's Dude Love. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Dude Love was never like this dominant force, was he? But I love Dude Love, and I love Funhouse Bray. Bray could be in the Rumble 3 times. Fiend, Funhouse, and Cult. Absolutely. Surav Gujar and Ringu Singh are beating up Logan and Birch on 205 Live. Well, there we go. I love those guys. Mr. Monkey, thank you for stopping by. It was honestly great to see you again. And Sue Hines, that was around earlier as well. It was great to see her name again. It's great to see all of you again. I love you all. T-1 minute and Escape Pod is T-5 minutes. Johnny Montgomery, shout out to you. When he said resurrect from the dead, I thought he was talking Sister Abigail. Match 2, Jake Atlas versus the recently released Jack Gallagher. Yeah, I mean, I should imagine this is pre-recorded. So, great stream. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate the support. Texas Ranger fan 18, shout out to you. Do you not watch 205 Live anymore? No, I haven't watched it for months and months and months and months and months. I appreciate how good of a show it is. I've got no issue against the show. It's good wrestling, but it's just not. It just doesn't really go anywhere. It's just kind of like main event in a way, but like a really good main event. Future compilations, thank you for joining us. Hit 'em with the slogan, Papa Montgomery. What happens forever is here and there. Forever. There we go. Boom. Right. I always like to snuggle up to Wrestling Escape Pod. But I notice every single week, I notice that like people end up joining it a touch late then, which is fine. It makes no difference to me. Do what you want. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe not snuggling up to it like and getting to the point where the show's actually starting before we end this stream is the right way forward. So I think what we'll do is we will wrap it up now. So a big thank you to everyone that joined us. A lot going on in the world of wrestling, and I think you're going to see a lot more over the weekend as well. Sadly, allegations coming out all the time. Wrestlers denying them or having their say, or companies taking action, or there's a lot of activity. And as I said, I think you're going to see that over the weekend. So I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know where we're going to be come Monday, or what the latest is, but just let's just try and focus on positives, shall we? We are back tomorrow for the UFC stream. I'm sure there'll be something that we'll do on Sunday. Eric Derigi says, Eater of Worlds Bray managed by Cena. Ooh, interesting thought, Eric. Interesting thought, my friend. Wrestling Escape Pod begins in 2 minutes' time. Thank you so much to everyone that joined us. Have a great weekend. And for those of you joining us for the UFC live stream tomorrow, I will see you tomorrow. It's a little bit earlier tomorrow. I think we're starting about 4:30 Eastern, which is about 9:30 in the UK in the evening. So it's a touch earlier. I think the prelims start at about 10. Normally they start at 11, but tomorrow it's 10. So just a warning for you that things are a little earlier. Not much, just a little earlier than usual tomorrow. So thanks, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.